Well, it's a beautiful morning here in Colorado, and we're going to get this little 2-year-old quarter horse filly, we call her Bella, going on the lunge line. Now, lunging is an intricate part of any horse's training. You use it to get them started. You use it all through their training. So a lot of people like to use a round pin. This is a technique called the Palo Verde. Buster Welch told me the name of this years ago. It's a great technique I used about 30 years ago. It's a very hands-on thing. Keeps the horse nice and quiet. It's an easy way to get the horse started. The thing I like about it is, like we use a round pin and use on a horse that's really, really green, but this one's already halter broke. And by using this pole like this, we can teach the horse to give to the halter, make nice circles, not be pulling on the line. Now, there's a couple things we're going to be using. I like to use, this is about a 1/2 inch or 5/8 inch, nice soft cotton rope. And it's got a bull snap on the end of it. We don't want to use anything that's going to break. This is the only restraint that we have on the horse. We're going to keep things pretty calm, but once in a while they will yank on it. So you want to use something that's really strong. We also want to use a really good fitting halter, something that's, a lot of times I like to use a mesh halter, but I got a rope halter on this horse. And this is a great technique to keep things all calm to get them going. So I'm going to get her unhooked from the pole here, get my lunge line attached, and we'll get going. Easy, Bella. Now, she hasn't been lunged before. We wanted to use a horse. Well, we wanted to use a horse that hadn't been lunged so we can see kind of really what happens here. And it's a nice quiet system. By using this pole, we don't end up having to get all pushy with the horse as far as getting kind of rowdy. It's a nice, easy way to get him going. First thing to do, back up, Bella. Back up, baby. Back up. Is to just get the line around the pole. This way, a lot of times when you start trying to lunge a horse, they turn in towards you. But by using this pole, I can keep them away from me and get them going real easy. Use the rope a little bit. She's trying to turn in toward me, but I can pull her away from me. Doesn't take long at all for him to get going. You always kind of want to be careful not to get your hands caught between the rope and the pole. You can see she's already kind of getting the knack of it. This is pretty typical. Good girl. And in the beginning, a lot of times we just keep the horse in kind of close to this pole so that we can keep control. When she stops and tries to turn toward me, I just kind of step out behind her and move her along. Come on. So on the first day, it's nice just to keep him at a walk, just let him kind of move around here. Try to keep everything calm. No grass, come on. That looked really tasty. Whenever she stops, I can just use this pole to turn her away from me. Just driving her around here. All right, we're going to go the other direction. And if you notice, this pole is just high enough that I can pull the line over top of it. Using one click to tell her to go forward. And I'm going to take this line over the top of it. This way we can change directions. Just and you're going to find they always have one side they work a little better on. See, this way she can't turn in toward me. I can keep things a lot calmer than if we were just in a round pen. There we go. We get a little rowdy there. I'm really not trying to get her to run or anything. See how she's trying to turn in toward me? Very easy. Always want to be careful. You want to be behind them somewhat and drive them, but she's a pretty nice mare, but well, you got to be careful they don't reach back and kick you sometimes. Never know with youngsters. Like teenagers, they're going to do about whatever comes into their head. That a girl. That a girl. We get her going around here a little bit better. And she keeps wanting to try to work out a little longer. I'm going to let her work out a little longer. Eventually, we want to have them. This is about a 32-foot rope. I want to have them work way out there. So the more she wants to move out away from that pole, but yet still go around, let her. I'm going to pull her up to a stop over here. Whoa. Whoa. Get her to turn in toward me. Girl, Bella. Good horse. Okay, well, we've been working with Bella for about 5 days on the pole here on the Palo Verde technique. And in the first part of the video, we're just trying to get the horse to go around the pole and just learn to go out there and lunge. But what we're going to try to really teach and get going on here is some good communication. Being a Hackamore person, when we get on the horse, it's really, really imperative that we already have some communication, so that the horse understands what whoa means. I also like to teach them that 1 click means walk, 2 clicks means trot, 3 clicks means lope, and that easy means slow down. Now, when we start working with a horse, green horse, they have no idea that we are trying to communicate with them. They don't know we want anything from them. So by lunging a horse, it develops that communication and makes things a lot smoother when we get on the horse. So I'm going to take Bella off the pole here and kind of gather up my rope. Try to get her to go around the pole nice and easy. I'm going to start off with my first position, which is just taking the rope around the pole and driving her away. She's a really nice, mellow mare. She's just easy going. Some horses, when you get them going, they want to come out here and kind of blaze around for a while, and sometimes that's not a bad idea. They just let them kind of work off some steam. But she's pretty mellow. We're just going to let her go at a walk. I prefer just to have the horse walk when we come out here. Just kind of keep things nice and quiet. You can see now she understands a lot better than she did on the first day, for sure, of how to just go out there. The other thing we want to do is try to let the horse work further and further out away from the pole. In the beginning, we kind of keep them in a little tighter, just because things can get a little hairy sometimes when you got a lot of line out there. But she understands it a lot better now. So she's going around nice and easy. And I'm just going to let her walk out as far as she'll go out there. If she does come in toward the pole, here again, gather up my rope, make sure she doesn't step over it. So I'm going to move her into a trot now, and she's been doing really well at learning the commands, and you'll see as soon as I give her the 2 clicks, she'll kind of perk up and get moving. At least she has been. Let's see if she does it this morning. She goes. Let her work out there. Working out long is a little easier on them. Horses, you tighten up the circle, it's a little more physical on them, a little more demanding, and a lot of times they'll slow down. We can use that to our advantage, but it's good to just let them work out long, nice and easy on them. Time I see her start to slow down a little bit, I'll just kind of move her up a little bit. Easy. Easy. Always want to try to keep the horse in the gait that I tell him to go into. He goes up and starts loping, I'm going to try to slow her down a little bit. If she tries to slow down, I'm going to try to speed her up a little bit. It's all about keeping them in the gait that we tell them. Notice how she's not really challenging the rope right now. The rope has just a little slack in it. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to move her around here. I'm doing this by myself out here. I don't talk very much. And the horse really responds to you because I just work nice and quiet. Easy. 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 If she starts going fast, I tighten up my circle a little bit. All right, I'm going to take my line and put it in the second position, which goes in the counter direction that she's going to. I'm going to put the rope and ask her to lope. Just lopes off nice. Let her walk and lope out there. As far out on the line, and we've got about a 33-foot rope here. Let her work out there nice and long. Now notice how I'm keeping my whip nice and low. I really don't want to show them this whip unless I need it. So I'm trying to just kind of keep it behind me, keep the tip down low, and only raise it when I need to. Lope it around nice. I'm going to start slowing her down a little bit. Just by making my circle a little tighter. Easy. Give the command, say easy. Comes down to a trot. Let her trot around here for a second. Don't want him to come all the way down to a walk. We just want to kind of shift gears from a lope down to a trot. Just a nice easy trot. And I'm going to try to bring her down to a walk. Easy. Easy. And she still came in a little tighter on me. The better they get, she won't do that after a while. Stay out there a little bit further, but right now, she's doing pretty good. You gotta accept the small things. It takes them a little while to learn things. Trying really hard. Okay, I'm going to move her up to a trot. little bit. Go up to a trot. Take the line off the pole. Really watch everything you're doing. Tell me, take that line off the pole, and she already knows that a lot of times that means I'm going to have her to stop. So she was trying to stop before I wanted her to. She anticipated that. That's not bad. She's just trying. I'm going to drop my whip because oftentimes if you pull on your line, you kind of jiggle the whip, and that can give them a mixed signal. I'm going to bring her around here. Oh! See how she just turns into me. Really trying to be a good girl. And here again, it's all about the communication. We don't ever want to be an intimidating trainer. We want to just be a good communicator. She's a sweetheart. Now Bella's doing really, really good with her Palo Verde technique, and she's coming along real nice. But Sly here, he's a 1.5-year-old stallion, and it's a good time to start getting some communication going on with him. And so we've been doing a little more lunging with him, and I thought I'd bring him out here today and sort of work him a little bit. Every horse is a little different. So one of the big things about this Palo Verde technique is that it's a very hands-on technique. We're not using a round pin to control the horse. This horse has to really interact with me. And that's why I think the Palo Verde is a better technique than using a round pin. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting him going around here. Get this line out of his mouth. Just like most stallions, he's very oral. Get him to go around. And he's been doing pretty good with his verbal commands as far as moving out and stuff, and slowing down and things. Get him moving into a trot. Easy. If they go too fast, we tighten the circle. Give them that command of easy and tighten it up, a little tug each time. Move him into a trot again. There we go. And you just got to be patient with him. And he just came out and he's kind of goofing around, doesn't really have his mind on his work. And I'm going to counter wrap this and move him into a lope. Because he is just kind of not paying attention. So by using this counter wrap on the line here, you can pull on this line pretty darn hard. And as you can see, I'm just holding on to the rope. I don't have to have him yanking me around. I'll just work off a little steam here. Like most young horses, he's kind of into everything else that's going on. Sometimes their attention span's a little bit not too long, and that's kind of where he's at right now. All right, I'm going to take him off the pole here and try to get him to slow down. Easy. Every time I say easy, I tighten up my line. Easy. Easy. Want him to trot right now. And I'm going to try to slow him down to a walk. Easy. Here again, I say the command and just tighten my line. Just kind of keep making that circle smaller until he slows down. Easy. Easy. So the idea of it is to, whatever I tell him, what gait to tell him to go into, whether it be a walk or a trot or a lope, He should stay in that gait until I tell him otherwise. Easy. Easy. Just kind of keep him in tight here because he keeps wanting to go a little fast on me. I see he's kind of chilling out, and then I'll start letting him out a little bit. Just letting that line out gradually. And I'm going to move him up into a trot with 2 clicks. Here again, try to just keep him in that trot. Now, as you notice, I'm not using the pole near as much. It's here if I need it. But when you're trying to refine the things, getting him to move up and down in gait, sometimes it's easier not to have it on the pole. Okay, I'm going to slow him down again. Easy. 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 All right. Came down to a walk. I'm going to have him change directions. Easy. Easy. Here again, trying to keep him in the gait that I tell him to be in. Easy. The lunging's not just for exercise, but it's also for developing that communication. Easy. He's kind of full of it today. Funny how every day they kind of react a little bit different. They have days just like we do. Days are a little more mellow, other days are kind of rowdy. It's interesting. They all have their personalities, they all have their days, they all have their little quirks. Not a machine. Alright, now he's walking nice. I'm going to move him into a trot. 2 clicks. Easy. Good boy. I don't seem to need this whip right now, so I think I'm going to drop it. Work out a little longer. Goal is to have him work out long. Okay, in a second here I'm going to ask him to lope. I'm going to use the line in the second position where I wrap it around the pole and a counter clockwise to the way he's going. Give a little wrap. I'm going to give him 3 clicks. I don't really want him to put his nose down on the ground like that. I'm going to pick up my whip here. Being a little lazy today. I can see I'm not really wanting to go. Doesn't take any force at all to use this pole in this type of manner. The horse really learns to respect it. Of course, when they're younger and they might yank on it, this takes all of it. They won't yank you across the field. Now I'm going to have him stop here in a second. Keep him going. And to start that, sometimes you have to, we always start at the walk. But he understands what's going on. And then you work into the trot and then the lope. And in the beginning, you sort of got to give him a little pull on the line, maybe even a little tug. I guess the old timers used to do a thing like running them down the fence and then double them over, but I find that to be kind of harsh. So I'd rather just do it more in progressions, where I teach them to stop at the walk first, and then the trot, and then the lope. And typically when they're loping and you trying to get them to do it, you might have to yank on that line pretty hard. But once you get it going, all you got to do is give the command. Hope. And you can see stops. I'll walk out here to him. He's looking at me. He wants some reward. So we'll give him some reward. Stop biting. I like a lot of stud colts. He's kind of a little bit of a bitey horse, and kind of hate to keep kind of slapping him on the mouth, but he just will not stop biting. So we don't have to get mean with him, but right now he's still being a little bitey. So let's take him back here. He's not a mean biter. He's just playful. So I'm going to get him going again. Use that first position. I just let him out there. Get him to go in the other direction. Easy. Here again, just kind of work him in close. Use that easy command. Try to get him to come down. By tightening the circle, you kind of figure out they're going nowhere fast, I guess, and they will slow down eventually. Once he slows down, I'm going to let him out on the line a little bit. Now another fun thing to do once they kind of get it, it really teaches them to watch what you're doing, is when we reversed action. And as you just saw, we can do that at a walk first. Get him to come around there. Really teaches him to come around on that line. Here again, when we're using a Hackamore, it's very much a lateral piece of equipment. And this is a good technique to teach him to start giving to that lateral pull. Here again, I'll do it this direction. Now he already knows the game a little bit. That. I'm going to move him in that trot there. We're going to do that at the trot. Let him go around here a few times. You don't want to do this too much, otherwise they start getting a little confused, and you definitely don't want to do it in the beginning when you're changing directions. But now he understands that I'm going to step out around here, get him to move back out and trot that direction. Step around here, get him to go the other way. Always make sure you gather up your rope. That's kind of the tricky part in doing this maneuver, is making sure that rope doesn't get between their front legs, they don't step over it. You got to get pretty proficient with your rope. Okay, now I'm going to have him lope. I'm going to do that same maneuver at the lope. Go around a few times. Get him to go the other way. And I'm going to put him out here a little bit. Get him to go a little faster. And I'm going to slow him down. Easy. Easy. If I can get him to come down to a walk. Easy. 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 Just keep tightening that circle. Easy. Easy. He's really got his ear on me. He's paying attention. Go the other way. Move him into a lope from a walk. Got line on the pole here. This takes all the pressure off of me. Get him to go faster. Okay, I'm going to start slowing him down again. Easy. 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 Directions. He's really watching what I'm doing. He's really trying to pay attention. That's what we want. We want the horse to really pay attention to us. This is what I said. Working with a Palo Verde, you really have control with him. Very much an interaction thing. Only using this line as a control. Right from the lope, or a walk rather, we're going to get him to lope. You can see he likes to work out nice and long. Going to get him to stop over here. Whoop! Whoop! So you can see this type of technique, we really can teach them how to stop. You know, kind of as we keep working on them, they'll get better at slowing down. I know that once I get in the saddle with a horse, they really do understand what the verbiage is. You know, the old timers, they used to work their plow horses with J and haw and back up, and horses do understand language, but you got to be real consistent with them. Got to put in a lot of time with them, and so once we get up in the saddle, things will go pretty smooth.